We are excited about who God is shaping us as a community of people at Parramatta Baptist Church to be. We desire to be led by God's Spirit, and we are joining with Jesus to see lives transformed. And just about every week, we are seeing Jesus touch or change lives in some way.
Over the past 5 years of Parramatta Baptist, we've experienced great growth. We've seen many people come to faith across all age groups. We're baptising a number of them at the moment, which is really exciting. We're seeing an increase in the number of volunteers who are serving. We've taken on more pastoral staff. But we need ministry space for that to take place.
Sundays here at Kids Church has seen a lot of new growth. We've had many new families who've joined us in the last 2 years, and we've shifted the U4s over to a new space in order to make room for those families. We've had new leaders as well here to lead the kids, but our space has stayed the same, and now we've found that we've outgrown it once again.
I oversee our youth ministry, our young adult ministry, and the evening service here at PBC. I found it an absolute joy seeing the growth across all of these ministries in the last few years, both numerically, people joining us, as well as in spiritual and discipleship growth. Particularly on our Friday night, where we run a program for high schoolers and we see roughly up to 100 people joining us. And in these young people, we have some who are believers in Jesus, and we have some who've never heard the gospel. And so we have the privilege of sharing Jesus with them for the first time. And we're seeing so many exciting responses to the gospel happening in that.
On Friday nights, we run a program for kids in year 5 to 6 where we seek to cultivate a community of young people to know God. We see about 36 kids each Friday night come together and grow in relationships with God. On Sunday morning, I run a program called Sunday Upper Primary, or SUP for short. It's for kids in years 4 to 6. The aim of that program is discipleship and deepening their relationship with God. We see about 35 kids each Sunday.
And still we continue to grow, and we're seeing God change lives. We're seeing disciples made in this place. And so now we're at another point of needing to continue to build to see growth again.
In 2021, the Diaconate looked at the options available to us and finalised a master plan for the site. There were church meetings as well as informal discussions, with the result that the only long-term option that provided the required space and be acceptable to Parramatta City Council was the building of a new ministry centre adjacent to the main auditorium.
The new ministry centre will provide much needed additional space for a number of ministries that are occurring throughout the week. It will provide a large gathering space that connects out to the outdoors, as well as to several smaller breakout spaces, and that large gathering space can seat 80 to 120 people. The new ministry centre will also provide, on a mezzanine level upstairs, accessed via a lift, new office spaces and open plan spaces for our paid and volunteer staff. The new ministry centre will be physically connected with all-weather access to the existing church auditorium, have new landscaping whilst also retaining that secure play space for where young kids can be retained throughout ministries through the week, and keeping much of that green space in the centre of our site, recognising that we don't have a lot of green space at all. Additionally, the new ministry centre will see the car park get amended so that cars can move around in a smoother way, as well as separating more cleanly the interaction between cars and pedestrians, particularly as people move between the buildings across the site. In addition, the car park will see a brand new separated entry and exit onto Kleins Road.
I'm excited about the new ministry centre because it will just give us more space for our kids to engage comfortably and safely with each other. Being that much closer to the church, it means that those new kids will feel safer coming into Kids Church. And with the number of leaders that we've got coming through, being able to break out into smaller huddles in our breakout spaces means that the kids and the leaders can develop a deeper relationship with God.
I'm excited for more space. We only just fit in our current spaces right now, and it's tight. And honestly, we just keep getting bigger.
I'm excited about the prospect of a new ministry centre because of the additional flexibility that it will provide us going into the future. As the church continues to grow in size, it will have to look at how it does things, how it needs to alter ministry and do things different ways, just to cope with the additional logistics around that.
The new ministry centre is a resource that would open up a lot of opportunities. Right now we are at capacity, and so the way that we do things is limited to the way that we are doing them. And so more space will actually give us more opportunity to play around. One of the really key benefits is with more space, we can split groups up, groups that are like 15 or 20 people in each group, which means that a leader can sit down with 5 kids and have really personal conversations of what it means to follow Jesus. And so relational disciple making is just pushed forward, just becomes that bit stronger and more doable with those additional spaces.
What excites me about the new ministry centre is the opportunities that it gives for us to not only increase the space that we have for our ministries, but also the space that we have for developing and raising up leaders for tomorrow. That's really exciting.
That's fabulous. So what is needed to make this new ministry centre a reality? You are needed. You are needed to pray. Pray to our Almighty God for His direction, for His wisdom, and for an outpouring of generosity into what is a really big project for our church.
Consider the ways that you can contribute financially to seeing the ministry centre become a reality. Thank you to those who have given already. The reality is there's still a long way to go. And so would you be led by God's Spirit in knowing what you can give toward this? It may be that you want to make a one-off gift, or alternatively, pledge regular payments over a longer period of time.
We hope and pray that you will participate, that right across our church family we will join together in seeing a new ministry centre, that we might see tomorrow's lives transformed.